This time, yeah, this looks like my hotkey profile is fixed as well. In the top left corner for Storm Gaming, it's Gumiho. And in the bottom right, for Alpha X, it is Classic. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we already see a cheeky SCV heading out onto the map. Is going to proxy a barracks. Still quite far away from the Protoss base. So proxying the barracks is going to produce a Reaper out of it, I would assume. And then we would have to see how he wants to follow this up. If he just wants to throw off the Protoss with this one proxy barracks on the map, or if he wants to commit to further proxies or follow it up with a factory back at home. Classic seems to be aware that something fishy should be coming. He's scouting for proxies quite extensively, and this might actually end up hurting him because he is going to see that he's being proxied when he gets to the main base. And if he had gotten to the main base straight away, he would have seen the lack of a barracks quite a bit earlier. But now he's already made his decision. He's put down the Nexus before the Cybernetics core, so he's not going to have an Adept or a Stalker for quite some time, which leads me to believe that this Proxy Reaper is going to find the damage that it wants to. Factory and not starport. Factory and command center back at home is the follow-up for Gumiho. The SCV is still around here. It could put down a bunker, and it's getting into a position where, yep, puts down the bunker. First Adept for Classic, only just coming out of here. So far, pretty good pro micro, not losing. What? Oh, saves it once again. Really well done, but this bunker is going to get up. Or is it? The probe has gotten quite a bit of damage onto it. Oh, you probably wanna... Okay. Very well done by Classic. Perfect defense, only losing this one probe here, but he had to sacrifice that probe to get damage on the SCV that was building the bunker. And that was flawless. Yeah, he's bringing his barracks back home. There's a second Reaper on the map that is going to find a pretty empty base, so the second Reaper might actually end up dealing more damage than the first one. Yeah, already gotten that one probe. Oh, two more Reapers finding the damage that the first Reaper couldn't. Has to pull some probes here, and oh, this is what used to be a flawless defense has turned into something very ugly. 5 probe kills. This one Reaper still alive. It's just going to use the Oracle to clean that one up. This Classic knows that this Oracle is not going to do a whole lot on the other side of the map, because as we see, we have a Viking coming up, we have a Widowmine coming up, so very little potential for this for this Oracle to actually do something. But it spots the scouting. Hellion chases that one. So as soon as this Hellion stops somewhere, this Oracle is also going to activate, I was gonna say. Nope. Just wants to follow it around. Content with that. Classic is swapping into Phoenix production. Already got 2 Phoenixes out. He's hiding the Phoenix for now, which is very good against any sort of aggression from the Terran. If they remain hidden and then the Terran wants to go for the drop or whatever, and the Phoenixes are just boom there to deny it. But it looks like for the time being Gumiho is just powering up a little bit, working on his tech, already getting stim +1. He's getting tanks out, so is not going to drop or anything in the near future. And if Classic figures it out, I would like to see him take this third base in a timely manner. Looks like Classic wants to put on some pressure himself. And right now, that's a good possibility. There's a tank out, but the tank can be lifted, and this natural base is pretty unprotected, except for this one Widow Mine here. This Widow Mine has to be spotted by Classic if he wants to make this happen. But it doesn't, and it gets a huge shot on the first Phoenix. Oh, and the Phoenix are committing in after being low from that Widow Mine shot. 2 Phoenixes already going down. Oh, and this is not the fight that Classic was looking for. If that Widow Mine shot doesn't happen and the Phoenix are on a healthier status, this would do a whole lot more. And it's already doing nothing, I would say, but it could have been so much better. And oh, it's going to lose the no. Okay, keeps 2 Phoenixes alive, but that is how many Phoenixes does he lose here? Yeah, 2 Phoenixes lost because the Widow Mine got a great connection on them, so they just had to be finished off. But still not a bad position for Classic. He has the map control with this little force here. Has his third base and a decent drone count. Oh, he wants to get this tank so desperately, but doesn't get it. Loses more stuff for it. But no, the Phoenixes are going to head back in, gonna snipe off that one tank. Nicely done. Oh, maybe even getting nope, not getting another Widow Mine. A bit careless with these Phoenix, really. You don't want to lose these Phoenixes in this stage of the game, because he constantly has to rebuild them now. He wants to retain like a number of 4 or 5 Phoenixes. But has to rebuild them every time now. But he's gotten himself into a great economic lead. 61 probes to the 50 of Gumiho. Third base of Gumiho is only now building. And considering that Gumiho hasn't really gotten anything done on the other side of the map, that third base is quite late. Yeah, this little move out is not going to achieve a whole lot, I feel like. Classic maybe doesn't want to engage it on the middle of the map. Oh, a Widow Mine drop going on somewhere, and oh, Classic does not pull in time. 11 probes. There was another Widow Mine drop into the natural base. So, that economic lead that Classic had built for himself gone in a heartbeat. Now with the Phoenixes out of position, there's 2 medevacs heading into the main base, looking for more damage. Gumiho with the moves, getting back into the game. More probes going down, 14 in total. This drop is going to get cleaned up with the Phoenixes here, but this is a great position. Oh no! No! All these probes that were transferring back. 18 kills on this Widow Mine. I am shocked. He just didn't see the Widow Mine, didn't see that it hadn't been cleaned up, and gets all the probes on the transfer back. And that hurts. He's down to 34 probes. Yeah, he just feels forced to make something happen with the army that he has now. And it is a decent army. Army supply is still even, so I'm not sure why Gumiho wants to engage this here in the middle of the map. But he's getting, he's taken out all the Phoenixes once again. And yeah, cleans up this Protoss army, and with this has gotten himself this map. I don't see a comeback potential here for Classic at all. He's chrono boosting probes once again, but he doesn't have an army to face this now. And that one Widow Mine in the main base. What was already too much damage taken from the Widow Mine turns into just game-ending damage. Super Battery is going to keep these Archons alive for just a second longer, but as soon as this runs out, Gumiho is going to have enough to overrun this third base. Fourth base attempt is going to be cancelled by 3 zealots, but it's not going to matter. 1 Archon is not enough to take on these bioforces, and Classic taps out. It's very funny to me that Classic in this matchup in PvT scouts earlier than he does in PvZ. But maybe this probe's actually up to something. It's not scouting, it's just heading... Where is it? Okay, it's heading for the third base location here. So this time Classic wants to proxy himself. And this looks like he wants to put down a second gateway, given the timing of the pylon. There's not going to be a cybernetics core yet to put down tech, so going to put down a second gateway, really amping up the pressure. Let's see how Gumiho deals with this. The next 150 minerals from Classic are going to go into the cybernetics core, so even if Gumiho were to scout into the main base, it will look pretty normal. Yeah, and Classic is selling this wall. He has the probe out on the map and harassing this command center from building. He's really selling this well. And now even Gumiho is going to use his marine to chase out the probe, and that's going to mean that this zealot that is built from this base? Oh, okay. Okay, so he builds the zealot from the base at home and now goes for the double adept. Oh, the proxies are not stopping. Another pylon going down, so this makes me think that he wants to put down some tech now here as well, and really commit for the one base play. Gumiho is defending this with the concussive shells. I mean, he has no idea. He really doesn't know what is going on, so he's just setting up for his own stuff here. Concussive shell is going to finish up. The command center on the low ground is done. Classic sees now what he's up against. Gumiho is going to trap all of these units inside of the main base here, but this is only the first wave. The real threat is going to be this Stargate. And with the 3 barracks coming up, Gumiho is going to have a decent bit of marine production to deal with anything coming out of the Stargate. Four Adepts still alive. 4 Adepts versus 2 Marauders and a couple of Marines. They are going to shade in onto this. Going to target down the Marines first, and now Marauders don't have the greatest amount of DPS against these Adepts, but the Adepts are content to just reduce the Marine count to make way for this Oracle heading into the main base. Absolutely no defenses, only now. Oh, he takes out the Marines once more because he knows there's more coming, and now this Oracle is free firing on all the SCVs and the natural. There's a turret going up in the main base, but the natural is still heavily contested. More Adepts coming in, shading through. No, okay, not shading through. I would have liked him to get into the back here, because there's really no number of Marines that could ever contest anything that that Classic has right now. But maybe he's going for... Oh, he's going for the main base this time around. There's a turret now, but 4 Adepts. He's going to look for the army trade once again. This Oracle taking out the Marines, and now it should take out these Marauders as well, so that these Adepts have free reign. Oh, doesn't really do the economic damage yet. He's going a little bit middle of the road here, taking out army and SCVs. More Marines going down. Yeah, Classic is tapping out. That was... no, not Classic is tapping out. Gumiho is tapping out. That was just a little bit too much damage. What do these two have in store for us on Blackburn? In the bottom right corner, we have Gumiho. Playing for Precise Storm Gaming. And in the bottom left, for Alpha X, it is Classic. And we have another one of these proxies. Very early SCV. I really need to tune off these chat messages. During the game, or yeah, gonna do that for the next game. We see the proxy barracks, we see the scout for Classic. Is it going to see it? Oh no. If he just commits a little further up that ramp, he sees it right away. It's a different kind of proxy this time around. We see double gas for Gumiho. Oh, and Classic must be kicking himself. Oh, this is heartbreaking. It's going to get into the main base now, see that it is in fact a proxy. And he sees the double gas as well. Oh, nope, he did not. Oh, he needs to see this double gas. This is very crucial for the later stages of the game here. Doesn't check for it. Bunker going down once more. First Reaper is on the way. Classic this time around is producing a Zealot, which is a good call. Classic did also... Oh, he did not see the probe building. This time around, this bunker is going to get up. Chrono boosting the Stalker here to have something that can actually chase away the Reaper for good. But with this high ground vision, this bunker is going to go down eventually. I'm not sure why he didn't place the bunker here. That would have been way more way harder to deal with. Yeah. Has to salvage the bunker now. Reaper gets the second probe. But Classic should already see. Well, not see, but he should already smell that something is up. Because there's no second Reaper. And it's all going into this Widow Mine drop here for Gumiho. He's expanding behind this. But this is obviously late. I wouldn't be surprised if Gumiho slaps down an armory here, so this Widow Mine gets even harder to clean up. But not for the time being. Classic is gonna defend this with Blink. And has a somewhat early robo, so he is going to have detection in the near future. But yeah, looks like there's isn't even an armory, so it's all going to be about this this one punch of this medevac. Right now, Classic has units all over the place, so he won't be able to prevent these mines from unloading and burrowing. Just needs to pull away the probes in time, make sure that he doesn't take too many probe losses like he did in the last game. And the Widow Mine drop is coming in. Classic does see and does react. One probe, two probes here, and two more in the main base. 3 probes in total. One Widow Mine still not fired yet. And does Classic recognize this? Yes. He pulls it once again. Gets 4 probes in total, which is a really, really good defense from Classic side here. 4 Widow Mines killing 4 probes is Great, and he gets the cleanup on the medevac. Final Widow Mine going down. Great position for Classic. Gumiho only just now able to take his command center here on the low ground. And Classic is like, wait, this is everything? This is this was it? He could have gone for the third base just a tiny bit later after deflecting that aggression, but he's doing it in a safe way. It's also warping more and more stalkers, which I don't think have any aggressive potential because there are 2 tanks out already. Yeah, so he wants to get back into probing. He's gonna saturate that that third base. And now that he knows that there's no more immediate aggression coming in, he's gonna try to go for aggression himself. He's going to get into the main, and there's only 1 tank in range of that, blinking in here, and waits for his blink to come off cooldown. Oh, he could be doing so much more here. He's just chilling, waiting for all the Marines to come up here. Just blinks back out again. Okay. He could have played that more aggressively, but it appears he's just content with the position that he's in. Third base is up and probing. Getting into storm and charge slots. While Gumiho is sitting in a defensive position on his 2 bases, getting his third base. Decently timed, and he has a couple of upgrades lining up here with combat shields, concussive shells. So he is going to make this move out, but he's going to run into a significant number of stalkers. Storm is going to be finished up, and charge is also going to be finished up. So if this army with 4 tanks can get in a decent position, it can work out for Gumiho, but the stalkers are very aware of what's going on. And just sieges up in the middle of the map for the time being. And there's no reason for Classic to fight into this. He lost his observer, so he doesn't know about the exact army position now. Third base is now landing. It's not an orbital just yet. As soon as this sensor tower is going to come down, Classic is going to know that there's a third base in this location. Just going into this 4th base here. I like it. Should probably get rid of these rocks here as well, so that he has a bit of room to maneuver if this space gets sieged. Loads up the High Templars into the I was gonna say medevac, but obviously it's a war prism. No ghosts or anything for Gumiho, so. Oh, but this is a defensive setup with all these tanks. It's going to be very hard to get into. Classic does have a big army. It's not a very good army. It's very zealot heavy. But he's going to come in from an angle that Gumiho might not expect. Oh, and we're going for it. High Templars going forward, storming onto the bio. Great storms coming out, and a lot of zealots into the natural, as well as this third base under fire. And it looks like Classic is going to break through here. Oh, big storm on the SCVs that were pulled. The Warp Prism does go down, so no more immediate reinforcements, but that was just a great angle for Classic to attack from. Well, I don't even know what to talk about in a game without proxies between these two. Very standard openings. Classic this time around did not scout whatsoever, so this time goes for the Cybernetics core before the Nexus, which is the safer options if you don't scout. No Reaper, just Marines coming out of Gumiho. The most standard game out of these two that we've seen today. Gumiho just going into the factory, whereas Classic open up for with the Twilight. Sorry guys, there's someone knocking at my door that I need to take care of really quickly. So I'm going to put you on one of the players' POVs. I'm going to put you on Classic POVs while I deal with whoever is at my door. Sorry for that.
Research complete. Let our enemy know our fury.
Okay, guys, I'm very sorry for that inconvenience. That was a very odd situation. There was an old lady with dementia at my door who got lost. So I had to take care of that real quick. Sorry, guys. Let's see where we're at in this game. Looks like Classic is on 3 bases, has the slight economic lead, but is a tiny bit down in supply. Gumiho taking his 3rd base right around the 7-minute mark. Yep. Looks like Classic did go for the blink opening, transitioning. Does he have charge yet? Yes, he has charge and +1. And he knows exactly that this army of Gumihos is on his doorstep. He sees everything with his observer. Widowmine drop into the natural. No, there's still one more that can fire. Now it's oh, big Dune drop though into the main base. Looks like the Widowmine drop was well defended, but now this drop into the main is going to find damage. Widowmine's burrowing. Stalker's derping around just a little bit here. Oh, the friendly fire of the Widowmine though. What a traitor mine. Takes out the Medivacs and a big chunk of this Terran army. And that was not the result that Gumiho was hoping for. And now Classic might just be able to go for that counter. If he decides to do so. He has a pretty decent army now. Gumiho is just going to try again, so... this 3rd base is going to be completely unprotected, and Classic just needs to pull the trigger now. Forces this army back completely out of position. Just offensive blink, a lot of SCVs already going down. And Classic might just win the army fight here if... Oh, the Zealots derping around in the background but just a little bit. But now they're getting on top of the bio. And yeah, Gumiho forced to tap out. Classic takes the series 3-1.